G'day guys, Jason here. Welcome back to my fish room. So as promised in last week's video, today we're going to be heading over to my cousin Adam's house and we're going to be looking at his brand new fish room. Now, I've done a fish room tour on his previous fish room a couple months back and you can watch that video right here. However, today I'm going to be showing you all the changes that he's made and how it looks today. His fish room is absolutely stunning. I love it and I think it's one of the cleanest fish rooms I've ever seen. Definitely got to be up there with one of the cleanest and neatest fish rooms in all of Sydney. So why don't we head over to Adam's house now and I'll show you what he's done. Okay guys, we're here in Adam's fish room. One of the neatest fish rooms in Sydney, I reckon. What do you guys think? Adam, why don't you run us through some of the tanks you got in this room now?
Yeah, so at the moment I've got 13 2-footers and one 4-footer.
Yep.
They're not all set up and running at the moment, but the ones that are running, I'll just take you through what I got.
Okay.
So in this tank, I've got a pair of Apistogramma Cacatuoides triple reds, and I've also got a calico bristlenose in here to clean up. Plus I've got one orphan electric blue ram
in here as well.
Yeah, so what I've done in the fish room is I've tried to scape all of my tanks differently to have different look, different species. So I've got a big variety. So in this one, that timber, the driftwood, it's called golden vine. I've attached some Java moss to it. And the rocks are black lava rock, so smooth black lava rock.
Beautiful tank, I just love this tank so much. I love how you've aquascaped it, mate.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
So plants, I've got the plants here and in the back, they're Java ferns. And the substrate is just a mix of some black river pebbles with some river gravel.
Right, and so you've mixed them together?
Yeah, I mixed them together to get a bit of a different look.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just running sponge filter and heater, so all of my tanks are heated individually and they're all running off sponge filters.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can adjust the temperature of each tank accordingly if I want to.
Yep.
According to the species.
Yeah. Nice to have that flexibility with the temperature, and it's because it's such a small room, it can stay warm a lot easier than my fish room, that's for sure, because my fish room's got a massive volume of air. Beautiful tank, love that one. Alright, let's go to the next one.
Moving on from that,
what are these?
Neolamprologus Multifasciatus. So
I love these guys.
A Shelly from Lake Tanganyika.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've had this colony for probably over 3 years, I think now. So I started off with a trio, and I've bred hundreds over the years. So I've got pool filter sand in this tank with escargot shells. Yep. And I've got a couple pieces of Seraya rock and Texas Holy Rock in there just to buffer the water. So once again, just running single sponge plus heater.
Nice simple tank.
Yeah.
Great little Shelly to watch. Amazing character. They're step breeders, all looking after their fry and the fry looking after their younger siblings. Great little Shelly from Lake Tanganyika.
There's always something happening in this tank.
Yeah.
When I had my old fish room, I had 30 plus tanks running. This is always a tank that people would stand in front of and watch.
Yeah. Great little excavators. Probably dig the most out of all the Shellies, I reckon. We're going to start off with Shellies. Try these guys out. Highly recommend them. Great fun little fish to try.
Fun, low maintenance.
Yep.
They look after their babies when they spawn, so you don't have to worry about splitting them and getting more tanks.
Yep, that's right. Okay, let's go on to the next tank. Okay, so in this tank we've got some Neolamprologus Mustax.
Neolamprologus Mustax. Yeah, so you don't really see them that often.
They're quite secretive, are they?
Yeah, so this is a female that's out at the moment. So they've got fry. They've got fry with them. The fry are probably 6 weeks old now, I think. They're probably, I don't know, have about 30 or so fry.
Okay, yep.
I've just got the pair in here. The male is quite large compared to the female. And he has barring like you can see more distinct barring on him.
Yeah, so she's got some barring there. You can see it down halfway length, down the length of her body to the tail. But what the male's one's more obvious.
Yeah, more obvious.
Okay.
Scape-wise, this rock it's called Nico stone.
Yep.
And we've got pool filter sand as a substrate.
Mm-hmm.
So since I've had the pair in here, they've taken on more of a rusty coloured
Appearance,
look, on their body, and I think that's due to the red rock. So in the previous tank, they were a lot lighter in the body.
Okay, so they're trying to blend in.
Yeah, I think they're trying to blend in.
Okay.
Yeah, if the male makes an appearance, you'll be able to see what I mean.
Yep.
He's got a rusty reddish brown colour
Okay.
to his body with yellow finish.
Nice little Tanganyikan cichlid from Africa. There you go. Rightio, on to the next tank. What's in this tank, Aaron?
So we've got some black Calvus.
Okay.
Altolamprologus black Calvus, again from Lake Tanganyika.
Yes.
So I've got 4 in here, plus I've also got a calico bristlenose. So set up, it's pool filter sand and Texas holly rock.
Nice.
So yeah, it's
With some shells.
Yeah, and I've got a few shells in there for the Calvus to hopefully breed in. I only moved the Calvus in here less than a week ago, so they are still
Very skittish.
very skittish and adapt into the tank. So I'm not sure if they're going to come out. And I usually don't have the heavy light on this tank either.
Yeah. Good idea. They are in here, believers. They're just really getting used to their environment, their new environment, and as Adam said, he doesn't have a light on this tank usually. Again, just to get them comfortable with their environment, and then he'll slowly introduce that light into their daily routine. But when you're trying to, with such a skittish fish, get them used to their environment, don't stress them out, don't have the light on. This light is purely on so we can film and show you guys the tank. But unfortunately, we can't see the fish. What have you got in this tank?
So in this tank I've got a pair of Apistogramma Trifasciata.
Okay.
So they're South American dwarf cichlid. Escape wise, this rock is called Alpine Silver Rock. So again, I just wanted something different. Looks a bit different to say Raya rock and all the other stones I've got. So I've got a big plant in the centre that's an Anubias. I've got it growing on a piece of driftwood. A couple pieces of driftwood, silver alpine rock, and then I've just got smooth black pebbles as the substrate, just running again a single sponge filter with the heater. They like their water to be a bit warmer than my Africans, so I like to run them a bit higher. I usually run them 28 degrees plus.
Yep.
For the South Americans. Yeah, so this pair I've got in here, they've bred for me a few times.
Have they? Nice.
Yeah, in their old tanks. I've got a dozen fry at the moment in another tank.
Okay.
So I only moved them into this tank about a week ago. So they're still kind of settling in. The female looks like she's already starting to get into breeding form. If she comes out, you can see she's starting to turn gold.
And how? Okay, so you can tell she's getting into breeding form because she has a colour change.
Yeah, that's right. The females they turn a golden yellow, quite bright, vivid. And I believe it's so that when the fry are free swimming, they're able to see her and follow her around.
Right.
Because they're usually from tannin
Very
water,
dark water,
black water.
Understand.
Out in the wild, yeah. So her colour goes quite spectacular, actually.
Wow, that's
She's
awesome.
got the fry.
It's amazing that they do that. It's a beautiful tank. I love that rock, that stone, the pattern in it, the markings in it, really striking. Nice.
So there's the female.
There's
She's
the
come
female.
out.
Yep. Beautiful little tank, mate. Really nice. Love it. So what's in this one now?
So I set this up for a pair of Apistogramma Cacatuoides orange flash.
Yep.
So unfortunately I lost my male a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So I've only got the female in here at the moment with a calico bristlenose. So I think I'm going to sell my female because I've got quite a few fry growing up at the moment.
So you do have fry from that pair?
Yeah, I've got fry from the pair.
Fantastic, great. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to sell the female. And I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to put in here. Might get some angelfish maybe.
They'll look nice. They'll look nice with that driftwood the way it is. Again, I love the way you've aquascaped this one.
Yeah,
so it's amazing. The rocks are beautiful. That driftwood.
So the rock is called strata.
Okay, yeah.
Quite different again to all the other rocks I got, which is why I bought it. And that's a piece of golden vine. Yep. And plants are so it's Java fern in the back with a bit of Java moss on the wood. Okay. And at the front here, that's called Java crest.
That's really nice. I love the way it's growing through the Java moss.
Yeah.
Look, it almost doesn't look real, but it is.
Yeah, they've grown intertwined. Substrate, that's pool filter sand, and I mixed it with river gravel. So the gravel was a bit more golden though. It's given it that nice look with the rock.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next tank.
I've got my breeding pair of daffodils, so they're Neolamprologus Pulcher, Lake Tanganyika cichlid in the Brachadi complex.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the first pair of cichlids that I owned.
You ever bought?
Yeah, that I ever bought.
Okay.
So I've had them over 3 years now.
Yep.
Bred thousands, literally thousands of fry out of them, and as you can see here, they've got a couple spawns with them. So that's the male coming out of the centre of the rock structure, and that's the female on the left. Scape wise, again, goal of this fish room was to have all the tanks looking different. So this stone, it's called dragon stone. It's kind of clay based, doesn't really buff the water for Africans. So in the back I've got a couple pieces of Texas Holy Rock.
And they're hidden.
Yeah. The male has done quite a bit of digging and moved the structure around since I set it
So
up.
it's kind of collapsed, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it's kind of collapsed. That's why you can see a bit of his terracotta pot there.
Yeah, he's got Adam's hidden the terracotta pot just behind here. Done really well with the aquascaping to hide all that kind of unnatural looking material.
So I've got pool filter sand mixed with common river gravel, and again running one heater with single sponge filter.
And again, guys, like if you're interested in getting into cichlids, specifically Tanganyikan cichlids, highly recommend these Daffodil Brachadis. Any Brachadi really, but the daffodils are the most colourful of all the Brachadis that there are, because they've got that nice yellow tinge to them, and they're step breeders just like the Multifasciatus. The babies look after each other's babies. The older babies don't prey upon the younger fry. They're just really great spawners and really interesting to watch. As you can see there, the fry are kind of looking like a cloud enveloping their parents, and you can see that there's multiple generations of fry in the one tank with the parents, and the fry aren't getting chased around by the elder fry. Really interesting tank to watch.
Once they start breeding, or for me personally, once the pair established, they bred every month, pretty much every 4 weeks to the day.
Like clockwork.
Yeah, and so they did it for 6 months, then they took 3 months off, then they did it again for another 6 months, then a 3-month break.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll get a few months worth of spawning, then they'll take a couple months break.
And I love the older fry. They develop like this blue, highlighted blue tinge across the border of their body. So just that lights up their frame. It looks like a drawing of a fish, basically. It's interesting that such a small fish would light up like that, because you think in the wild that they want to be camouflaged so that they get eaten, but the way they've evolved with this blue fringing on the border of their fins.
I just think they just look so graceful as well.
They do.
Like moving around, like, you know, if you watch the male,
yeah,
when he darts into the rocks, it looks like he hasn't even moved really. He just kind of
effortless.
Yeah, effortless.
Yeah. There you
go.
Yeah. On cue. All right, let's go to the next tank.
So guys, like when I did my full fish room tour, I didn't anticipate how long it would take to go through all the aquariums that Adam has in his fish room. So I'm gonna have to break this video up into 2 parts. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on part 2 of Adam's full fish room tour. Anyway guys, I'll wrap this one up now. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.